you are a loser. Unless you can prove otherwise, right? Now I say that many people in this world are losers, right? And I'd say most of the time it's by their own fault, right? By what they do and by the choices they make. Now, some people are losers because they were born in situations where it was very unfortunate and then they didn't really get any right education, necessary education to actually further and better their lives, right? But within the Western world, we have so much access to information and knowledge out there in order for us to be able to win at life, or at least within our own respective lives, right? And the reason why you can become a loser is if you don't have any goals or drive in your life, right? I can see if you're 14, you're playing video games with your friend, you think you're gonna do this forever. But let's say by the time you hit 18, by the time you hit 20, right? And you don't have it figured out, I'm not gonna call you a loser, but you should try your absolute best to figure things out, right? Being 20 is still young, right? I'm still young, right? And being able to figure out what you're gonna do is very hard. It's very difficult, right? And I feel like in our usual standard school system, they don't give us enough resources to actually allow us to figure stuff out by ourselves, because they're always telling us to do this, do that, do this, do that, listen to this, listen to that. And we can't listen to our own self-authority, right? Even our parents, depending on how you grew up, oh, sit your little ass down. Sit your ass down. Who the fuck you talking to? Sit your ass down. You talk too damn much. You asking too many damn questions. That just kills. This is something my father said. He said that kills a child. You're already killing the child, right, before they can even develop as a person, because you're constantly like putting all these negative mindsets and these blockages in their mind to where, shit, they can't even listen to their own selves. They don't even know who they are. And guess what? They become a loser, right? They get led around, right? They get told this and that, and they believe everything, or they don't believe anything, and they don't know who they are, and they're just wandering around, they're meandering around, right? And then since they don't know whatever talents or special talents they have, they just get used up by the world, right? It's like what the devil makes work for idle hands, right? And sometimes those people in those idle hands just were born in an unfortunate situation. But the vast majority of people who are like genuine losers are people who allowed their lives to get into that position, right? And we have to be able to find our own purpose in life, right? We have to be able to find what drives us and what motivates us and be able to work towards it like every day or almost every day or as much as you can, right? And that allows us to be more fulfilled, right? Me drawing, me doing this art, this makes me feel like not a loser at all, right? When I was in middle school, I would get bullied. I was fat, stuff like that. I had big titties and shit, and I was getting bullied and stuff. People were calling me titty flick. People were calling me gay. But like in middle school, everybody calls anything gay. We all called math homework gay. We called the gay kid gay. We called the girls that didn't like us gay. Whatever. We called whatever we didn't like gay. And like, I was just being name called, all these things, stuff like that. When we do roasting competitions, immediately my titties would be the first thing that were attacked. And it's just like, I felt like a loser. But in middle school, around that same time, I started developing the skill of drawing. And I started to get admired, and I started to get attention. And like all this positive attention I hadn't really received before like this, right? At least not from students and peers. And I'm just like, okay, I have something. There's something that I have here that people seem to enjoy, right? And I seem to have been improving pretty fast at my skills. So it was just like a revelation of like, wow, this is something that this is me. This is a part of me, and no one can take this from me. And people enjoy this particular part of me. This is who I am. And so like I started to slowly develop my personality in alignment with what it was that I seem to have discovered about myself in middle school, right? And for some people, it doesn't happen that early. Right? And it's okay if you're a loser now, but if in the future you stay like this forever, there's some people who have a wife, they have kids, they have a nice little house, but they're losers, right? Because their kids don't love them. Their job is miserable. Their wife doesn't love them. Their wife is cheating on them, right? They haven't had sex with their wife in like 5 years, right? And they're like literally a loser within their comfort of their own home, right? And then there's some people who are living with their parents, right? They're like in their 30s, 20s. I know the economy's hard, right? Oh, I can't get a house. It's so hard. But it's like, but you're not working towards anything to fix these problems. You're a loser. You're being a loser, right? Even if you don't know what you have, or even if you don't know what you have figured out in life, right? Or what you want in life, right? If you're just being stagnant and you're not trying to improve in any other way, like at least trying to read some books on how to improve yourself, or trying to find a good job or some type of side hustle or some type of hustle, you're being a loser, right? If you become complacent, even if you know what you want to do and you become complacent and you just stay stagnant and you don't make any progress within like your own life, you're becoming a loser, right? Maybe to the vast majority of people, you seem like someone who has achieved success and you know what you want to do, but within your own, I guess, development as a person, you're losing now, right? Because now you're staying stagnant. You're not trying to improve. You're not trying to push any further boundaries, right? You're not trying to go beyond your comfort zone, right? Staying in constant comfort will kill mostly any type of progress you make in your life, right? That's why we have to chase the uncomfortable. We have to chase these moments of pain and struggle, because on the other side of it is a completely brand new person who is more equipped with being able to handle these difficult and challenging situations, right? So don't be a loser, man. Don't be a loser. Please don't be a loser, okay? All right? For me, I was 12. I was 12 when I was like, I'm no longer a loser. I mean, sure, I still got made fun of for my man titties and stuff like that. It's not like my weight went away when I started drawing, but still, finding that thing, right, that makes you feel special and makes it feel like this is your thing, right? This is my thing, right? That nobody can take away from me. You've officially stopped being a loser. Officially stopped being a loser, right? And some of us, again, like I said, we have found that thing, but we either don't work towards it enough or we're not trying to make any progress. And then what we do is we kind of end up distracting ourselves, right? We either distract ourselves with consuming other art, or consuming just other things, right? I'm just going to use artists for an example: painters, drawers, etc., musicians. We end up getting caught up in just mostly consuming art or fake work, right? Or fake productivity. So that last one is very important, right? So listen, most people who consume art on a day-to-day basis, which is almost like the entire human population, creatively, they don't make a damn thing in their entire lives, right? And if you see yourself as a creative, if you see yourself as some type of artist in anywhere, or someone who creates something, and all you're doing is consuming, you're gonna make excuses in your mind. I'm just looking for ideas, I'm just looking for inspiration, I'm just trying to get some motivation from this. Bullshit. All right, bullshit. That is bull. And the reason why it's bull, because you're spending so much time wasting mental energy and even creative energy as well, right? On just looking at your phone or looking at a movie or looking at TV and stuff like that, right? Sure, there have been things that have motivated me artistically that I've watched, but the amount of time I spend watching it versus the amount of time I spend creating is almost the same amount, right? It's usually like in that moment that I receive some type of inspiration or some type of vision from what it is that I'm consuming, that in the next moment or as soon as I can, I will go and create, right? Now, it's important to have moments of consumption, but you want it to be something genuine, right? If you're scrolling through Instagram or TikTok looking for motivation, buddy. Sorry about that. If you're doing that, like, buddy, you've lost, bro. You've lost, right? You're coping and you're saying, I'm just looking for inspiration, but you're scrolling through TikTok, bro. That's junk food, right? It's like saying, like, I'm trying to build muscle, but all you're eating is like candy and sugar. All you're eating is like waffles and pancakes and shit, bro, to build muscle, right? Like, come on. Like, dude, don't trick yourself. Don't trick yourself. Don't trick yourself, right? You're scrolling through Instagram endlessly looking for motivation, and you end up coming across 10 in a million one videos of some girl shaking her ass, and now you're like going into the bathroom, go beat yourself off, right? Like, you're not looking for inspiration, bro. You're getting distracted, right? You're getting incredibly distracted, and now you're just a consumer instead of a creator, right? So it's very important to put ourselves in a situation, right? Let the creation be the first thing you do in your day, right? And let that take up the vast majority of your day. And then maybe when you're winding down, when you're getting ready at the end for the end of your day, that's when you can start consuming, right? But you want to consume content that is actually creative, content that is actually going to fulfill yourself, and content that will like actually inspire you, like watching a really good movie, watching a documentary on an amazing painter, right? Watch videos on people like David Cho, Jean-Michel Basquiat. I can't think of any other painters, right? Maybe you can read a book on Michelangelo, right? Things like this which can inspire you, right? Or go out, go into the city, go and look at street art, go and look at what other people are doing out in the world, right? Out in the actual world, not on Instagram, right? Go on a hiking trip with your friends or something like that, and just enjoy the beauty and the art of that, right? Or just spend time in nature, spend time with your family, right? Spend time with your loved ones, right? Go take your girlfriend or boyfriend out on a nice date or something like that into a nice little area. Whatever you can, because that's a way of consuming to be able to create further things in your life, right? You're experiencing life, you're consuming life, you're consuming your own life in order to use that as artistic motivation. Now, the second thing I mentioned was fake work or fake productivity. This is something that many people who like to make stuff get into, which is also bullshit. And it's stuff, it's little menial tasks, just stupid shit, to be honest. Like, okay, I'm gonna make this drawing, but before that, let me make sure I organize all my shoes and my clothes by name, by texture, by color, and by design. So therefore, I can just live in a more organized area so I can work more clearly. Oh, and after that, let me clean up the bathroom and reorganize everything and desanitize the entire house while I'm at it. Like, bro, okay, you're trying to sit down and make something, but now you want to clean up the whole goddamn earth. Now you want to clean up everything, like, for real. Like, and I've caught myself doing this. Like, if I had to work on an art project for school or just like me endeavoring into my own something, I end up getting distracted by just tasks, right? And I see that, okay, I see it as like productive. Okay, this is productive, but it's really distracting me from something that I should actually be putting that energy towards, right? Like, I'm using up mental and physical energy when I'm doing these random tasks when I could be putting that into a drawing, right? Now, don't neglect your space around you. Clean up, right? Clean up stuff. But now you're getting into the point of being meticulous. Now you're getting distracted, right? Now you're just like, like you could have been doing actual work instead of like this fake work or fake productivity, right? Which could have came later in the day or later throughout the week, right? Make specific time for that, right? Like how you should make specific time for your art. Like, spend at least an hour in the beginning of your day or, sometime throughout your day to create, and let that be it. Let that be that hour, right? Don't try and do any other little stuff here and there in the middle of it, in the beginning or towards the end of it. No, spend a straight 60 minutes on it, right? So that way you can have complete focus, right? But if you need to straighten up your space, take like 5 minutes, right? 15 minutes, put on a timer, and then boom, get right into it, right? Don't wait any further. Because it's kind of almost as if, like, at least like with my experience, right? Thinking about it, it's almost as if I was scared. Like, I was scared to like start on this creative endeavor. And you can't be scared, right? Because when you're scared to create, you're being scared to express yourself. You're scared to know who you are. You're scared of your own self-discovery. And that is a poison to the mind and to the body, right? That is a poison to whatever creative endeavors you want to pursue, right? So it's very important to be able to just yourself out onto whatever you're working for, right? Don't hold anything back. Don't hold anything in. Don't meander around. Don't be a loser, right? Because those two things, right, can just being a consumer and distracting yourself with fake productivity, those are things that will make you a loser within your creative endeavors or just within your life in general, right? Because you're distracting yourself. You're constantly distracting yourself, right? So you have to realize, like, what is a distraction, right? Even your own attention to like your girlfriend or to your family members, that can be a distraction because now you're kind of making the excuse in your head, like, I have to make sure I take care of my family and that I give my full complete attention to my girlfriend and my family because they need me. But it's like, if you're not living your fullest life, they're gonna notice this and they're gonna realize it, right? Right, whether they realize it soon or they realize it years down the line, and you're not gonna realize it because you distracted and fooled yourself so much over time. But everybody else can see it around you, right? And they're not gonna want help or assistance from someone who can't even like identify who they are, right? But yeah, don't be a loser. Please don't be a loser. I want you guys to win at life. I hope all this helps, stuff like that. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.